The mysterious Urraca Mountain, on top of which there is a portal between worlds, according to claims. In the north of the U.S. state of New Mexico, there is a small mountain called Urraca Mesa, which is associated with many strange stories and legends of the Native Americans. Various tribes of Native Americans settled around this mountain for thousands of years. The Navajo, Apache, Pueblo, also known as the Anasazi, which in the folklore of each of them, the mountain is indicated as a place where strange and scary things constantly happen. Especially, many stories tell about the sudden mysterious disappearance of the Pueblo tribe several hundreds of years ago. Even historians still don't know what happened to them. Either they were killed by their other clans or they fled in a hurry, afraid of something or someone. In general, there are many assumptions. Shamans say that in those days, on top of the Urraca Mesa, a fiery battle took place between humans and evil entities from the underworld, and many people died in that battle, including all the Anasazi, before the humans finally won and drove the spirits back underground and sealed the entrance. Allegedly, since then, somewhere at the top of Urraca, there was a hidden portal to another world. And it is almost impossible to find because it's not visible, but from time to time something still leaks out of there. In 2003, the story of a tourist who went alone at the top of Urraca, pitched a tent there and fell asleep, became popular on the internet. At night he was awakened by a heavy downpour, and when he looked out to sea, a completely different and far more terrifying sight appeared before his eyes. He saw how a vertical blue line appeared about 3 feet from the ground, which then collapsed like a curtain, and out of this gate came riders on horses looking like classical Indians from old westerns. The tourist was terribly afraid and ran away in a panic, leaving behind all his belongings, and then he fell into a barbed wire fence, seriously injured and nearly bled to death. What happened to those riders later, he didn't know. There are also occasional messages from other curious tourists who dared to climb to the top of Urraca, and they said they saw an old shaman there, sometimes blue light or blue balls floating in the air. Michael Connolly's book, Riders in the Sky, Ghosts and Legends of the Philmont Scout Ranch, says that a pack of ghost horses has been seen repeatedly in the Mount Urraca area, and that a scout disappeared without a trace on the mountain in the 1940s. Since then, tourists have sometimes reported the ghostly figure of a boy in a scout uniform crying loudly at night and trying to approach their fire. And when people try to help him, the boy says, "I can't," and disappears. There have also been reports of sightings of demonic creatures on top of Urraca, including a pitch-black figure the size of a 7-year-old child, obsessively watching tourists while hiding behind trees. Can you imagine? Others claim to have encountered strange people in outdated clothes, as well as animals whose appearance did not seem normal. It's even believed that the portal at Mount Urraca, with its powerful energy field, affects the genotype of a local animal and plants, changing, distorting, and maiming them. Serious scientists also tried to study the anomalies of Urraca. In 1968, geologist F. Leo Misaki discovered that there is a lot of iron and magnetism, which could explain why lightning occurs so often during thunderstorms, as well as the nature of the mysterious blue glow in the air. However, Misaki concluded that there is no simple explanation for these geochemical anomalies. In that part of the mountain, which has the shape of a high and almost vertical rock, there are many geoglyphs from many centuries ago by local Native Americans. Unfortunately, it's impossible to find pictures of these drawings on the internet, but it's claimed that some of them depict strange non-human creatures. It's inexplicable. It sounds something like Skinwalker Ranch events, doesn't it? And this I've translated from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.